Okay, so I'm recording right now. I got not much time. I've been recording and deleting the video file, deleting the evidence, and then recording the video all over again. I have big bad procrastination and I don't know what's going on. It's just I've been up all night. I'm tired. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can make this video real quick. Okay, so this video is going to deal with a harassment campaign with a journalist. This journalist was harassed. Adult toys she was assaulted with adult toys while she's on the job. I'm gonna take off my glasses so you can see me. And a lot of people said that she got hurt. I don't see a concussion, but somebody else said that this dude who assaulted her gave her a concussion. But I have experienced not as bad of an attack like what you're going to see in this video, but I too have been assaulted when I'm protesting. If you're a gang stalking victim, street leader harassment campaign, Brian 2. Let's see if I can find Brian 2. Hold on, I got my glasses on. Where Brian 2 at? I'm getting sick and tired of that reptilian tongue thing. Look, they all do it. They all do it. Now, this guy has been more honest about gang stalking than the others, so I'm going to still listen and watch his video. But I am so sick and tired of the reptilian tongue thing. But this dude right here, he talks about the street theater harassment campaigns against him. There's his channel right there. So let's go over electronic harassment real quick. Okay, real quick, electronic harassment, and then we talk about what happened to this journalist. Okay, so let's go to Monarch the New Phoenix program. Okay.
Who ran the gamut from strange to menacing. I identified about 8 different neighbors who I considered to be behaving in the standard manner of perpetrators. Many would come and go at the same time as Terry's family members, as if they did not have regular working hours.
Now, that is the East German Stasi tactic. Gang stalking is basically what the East German Stasi did to their own people, plus direct energy weapons and mind control technology, COINTELPRO plus direct energy weapons and mind control technology. Okay, New World Order. I want to put that New World Order stuff in the beginning of this video, but not right now. I gotta hurry up and finish this because my OCD just takes forever when I'm here and I can never make a video. All right, so let's continue.
This shadowing activity is common among TIs and is designed to let the target know that they are being observed and their comings and goings are known. According to Terry, some of the neighbors' houses where they live were not the neighbors' only homes. Out on the porch. This in and of itself was not terribly unusual, but he was right. Something was in the air. The family reported microwave attacks that featured shocks, stings, stabs, burns, and the wasting effect of generalized fatigue and emotional distress of standard non-lethal microwave attacks. The entire family was experiencing fatigue and moderate to serious health effects due to frequencies that interrupt sleep, induce fatigue, and cause a general physical wasting. Like most TIs, they sought relief from their torture with shielding, which often included.
So I don't know how a Faraday cage and thermal blankets and sleeping under aluminum is going to block the signal with being affected with nanotech or smart dust. This is old technology. Sabrina Wallace. Let's see if I can go back to history. Let's go back to history. Sabrina Wallace. This dude talking about Sabrina Wallace talking about the Internet of Bodies, the Internet of Things. Sabrina Wallace, the Internet of Bodies, the Internet of Things. Watch Sabrina Wallace, nanotech in the human bodies. So this is all New World Order. They just testing this New World Order. Welcome to your electromagnetic concentration camp on those gang stalking victims. Okay. We are the guinea pigs, and we're not going to get any type of an apology or compensation for what we've experienced because this is a New World Order. All right, so let's go to the next video, talk about electronic harassment right here.
Well, have you ever felt that someone was watching you, but there was really no one there?
Energy source directly to the electromagnetic wave. ultra-frequency radio waves sent by any energy source directly to the electromagnetic waves in their brains.
And like I said, they can tune it to any human that they want in this country, just like a radio frequency, like an FM station.
They say the waves can also control their minds and their bodies.
That's so
They
cute.
can cause your heart to hurt. They can blast your stomach. They can cause your ankles to give out. They can cause your knees to give out. Whatever they direct it to, wherever they can direct the pain to, your body feels all of it.
Why? They claim the government is perfecting mind control technology to use in war.
And it's all form of terrorism and torture to drive the targeted subject insane, to drive the human insane.
Now remember, you can see this. This is the news right here. Okay, Sacramento, California, CBS television. Okay, 26 years ago, and in this news program, nobody was talking about the chosen one desecrating with the power of God. Okay, Stephanie, the seeker of the fake gang stalker. Stephanie, I probably spelling her name right. Her name wrong. I spelled her name wrong. I don't care. They're the carbon-based life forms. There she is. It was chosen. Chosen unite. As chosen. Chosen. Watch my other video. In the introduction, gang stalking introduction video, it talks about that chosen family group. All right, there it is. Stephanie the Secret. This is a fake gang stalking victim. Do not watch any of her content. Do not watch any of this woman's content videos. Do not. Okay. See, she putting all her stuff under members only because she didn't get the views that she needed. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. Oh, now she's just switching back to she's doing the chosen ones. Okay. It was Tara Joe Jr. was doing that chosen one stuff back in the year 2020 because of that television show about Jesus called The Chosen. Let's see if I can find her here. The Chosen. Yeah, this one. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, I think it was this one right here. Maybe this was the one on Facebook or something like that. On Netflix. Let's see Netflix. Okay, same thing. Okay, whatever. Yeah, because of that television show. That's when all the little gang stalkers was doing this chosen one style because of that television show. So you have this woman right here is continuing the tradition, doing the chosen. Okay. Nobody in 2017 will talk about chosen. But this is what this woman does. She's a fake gang stalker. Okay, so let's get back to electronic harassment, and then we get back to what happened to this journalist. So watch out for these fake gang stalking victims. Gang stalking has nothing to do with religion or spirituality. Gang stalking has nothing to do with the supernatural, the paranormal, the metaphysical. Gang stalking has nothing to do with no new age BS, no chosen one, no monitoring spirit, no tarot card. Just be careful what you people say. And I got hit right here, so we're gonna stop the camera and restart. Okay. I just got electronically harassed right there, so get time of day. So just be careful of these fakes, man. These fake ass victims. Okay, so this is Mary Stratton. It's right there. If you want to watch the video, it's right there. So you want to learn what I experienced under gang stalking. And remember, this is old technology. Everybody's now talking about the nanotech, the smart desk, Sabrina Wallace. Jesse Beltran, My Nexus Live. Jesse Beltran, My Nexus Live for nanotech and smart desk technology infecting human bodies and infecting themselves by landing on people's, nerve endings and causing pain. Powered by Bluetooth or something like that. I don't know. And then but you guys figured it out. Okay. Okay. Let's go to watch history. That reptilian tongue thing right there is just really annoying. Okay, where is it at? Where's the next one? Okay, let's watch this. This is
list of some of these that I came up with. We've got dark.
So the next best thing, I thought, you know what, I need to write all this down in a book.
This is
Of course, the
Dr. John
names have
Hall.
slightly been changed. And I saw that I was immediately inundated with thousands of other people voicing the same complaints of organized stalking, of directed energy weapons attacks, burning, twitching, severe headaches, blurred vision, as well as hearing the voices of their perpetrators in their head or in their surroundings while they're being attacked.
Wow. Well, let me go down the list of some of these that I came up with. We've got dark.
Okay, so this man was, Dr. John Hall was talking about electronic harassment. So remember, gang stalking had nothing to do with our religion and spirituality. Don't be like this dude right here.
Chupacabra, the livestock vampires, to face with the Chupacabra himself one night, whilst I was investigating whether this gecko was hiding his treasure from me. He was the meanest, ugliest Chupacabra you could imagine. Had 2 heads and fangs down to the ground. Best I could tell anyways, since when he come up to me, he was invisible. Had himself a blunderbuss, what would rotate and shoot bullets real fast out of a backpack. Never seen nothing like it. Walked right past me having an argument with somebody. But I only saw one Chupacabra, so I guess the other fella had to be invisible too. Work of the Chupacabra, the livestock vampire, says.
Okay, so that had nothing to do with gang stalking. You're not being attacked by a chupacabra. It ain't no demon. Okay, don't be like this dude. This dude crazy. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Don't be like Stephanie's secret talk, but no chosen one and no Job from the Bible. Okay, don't be like this woman right here. Don't be like this woman and the rest of these fake gang stalking victims. Okay, let's keep going to history. Let's go back to my history. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, I think we got it. We got it. Okay, so just be careful of the fakes. Now let's see if we can go to what happened to this journalist real quick. Watch it.
Every mission needs fuel. From the launch pad of Earth.
Chris now goes by the nickname Minnesota Angry Man, and he's using his newfound fame to encourage others to stand up for community too. Ahead of nationwide strikes and protests tomorrow, we asked Chris if he had any words of wisdom to share, and here's what he had to say.
We need some peace and harmony in our state and across our country. We've been dealing with enough tyranny. We're done with that. We need some peace, love, and harmony. Please come out. Please show up. Get off that couch. If I can do it, you can do it. We can march. We can dance. We can sing. We can hug it out. We can swear at the sky.
From the couch to the streets, what a rallying cry there.
Okay, so you see, okay, you see how they don't even acknowledge that this woman was attacked. Okay. As a gang stalking victim, I had been attacked with street data harassment. I had been violently assaulted multiple times. I tried to film it when it happened, but when I protest, I've been assaulted, and I wasn't even protesting. I was just on the bus. I was trying to get on the train. Especially when I was homeless, I'm just these little homeless gang stalkers, the people that the gang stalkers employ, with just homeless people off the street just attacking me for no reason. Just then you get hit with the street theater harassment campaigns, the phantom touch attacks, the tappity tap sensations of popping sensations. That was really bad at USC last night. I had to go through USC campus, okay, just to get to this dude house so I could find a place to sleep, and I had to walk through that campus, like really, really bad. Okay, Trader Joe's is really, really bad with electronic harassment. So just remember, this is Popular Mechanics magazine, Psycho-Electronic Weapons Effects. Okay, so that's a good chunk of what the old gang stalking victims have experienced. We have this dude right here. Where's my mouse at? Okay. Chupacabra.
Right past me having an argument with.
Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go back to the home. Okay, we're gonna go back to history, right? And you got this dude, and I like this dude right here.
Manipulate innocent people. You don't know what's going on, and believing I'm the troublemaker, I'm the one. But all target individuals going through this. I filed a grievance against them and they threatened it. They just were saying it. They just were laughing at me a few minutes ago.
Okay, so this is Brian 2. He got so many channels, it's not even funny. But Brian 2 was hit with sleep inducement attacks.
In the last 5 minutes, you see that white RV back there? Almost hit it because of drowsiness. These remote neural attacks and drowsiness. In the last 5 minutes, I've almost veered into two. That's the second one. The first one was a red van. I almost veered right into it. Just
so anyway, if I were driving and I was hit with sleep-inducing attack, I would pull over to the side of the road. I would not drive. But if you get hit with sleep-inducing attack while you're on the metro in Los Angeles or whatever, you need to be on public transit. You really shouldn't be driving, in my personal opinion, if you're a gang-stalking victim and they love hitting you with sleep-inducement attacks. Anyway, so this man right here, the same man years ago, like 2018, told his audience, which that was me, to buy one of these. These are bone-conducting earphones. Bone-conducting earphones, right? Then you have the regular earphones right here you put inside your ear. Okay? Ah. So bone conducting earphones and then regular earphones. Then you play a little video game. For me and Free Cash, we're gonna have a nice talking. Me and Free Cash. But play a nice little video game while you got all these things in your ear, and I guarantee you will not get hit with sleep inducement attack. I think some of this mind control is limited by our brain, not only brainwave, but our limited ability through our nerves to be controlled. But we only got so much bandwidth to control us with. So just put, the earphones, the bone conducting, play a game. You won't be hit with sleep inducement attack. I'll do a video about this guy later on. Okay, because I do like this guy. But if I was hit with sleep inducement attack, I would not be driving. I would be. Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's just me. But I do like this guy overall. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. Okay, so let's start this again.
You can do it. You can do it. We can march.
Oh, well.
We can. You can do it.
It's that reptilian tongue thing. There are so many videos of these people starting crap, and then they go on camera and then they do the reptilian tongue thing. It was a girl named Meatball, right? She filmed herself committing a crime and doing the reptilian tongue thing at the same time. And that's what the media use, is this woman admitting that she committed a crime and doing the reptilian tongue thing. Now, if you don't know what the reptilian tongue thing is, okay, let's go to my channel. And just go to my channel. For my regular viewers, all 10 of you, you see that before? Yes. What happened to my video? Oh, what happened to the short? Wow. I thought I got okay. Okay, let's see if these people still have it. There it is. That's the reptilian tongue right here. Why is this not playing?
This is Project 2025.
Anyway, this is her dinner.
Okay. It says, quote.
Okay, so you see it. Okay. Politicians, they all do the reptilian tongue thing. Have alien human hybrid? I don't know. Nobody tells me anything. I just live on this planet. Okay, so let's keep going.
We can march. we can dance, we can sing, we can hug it out, we can sing, we can march, we can march, we can dance, we can sing, we can hug it out, we can swear at the sky.
From the couch to the streets, what a rallying cry there.
But every time CBS shows up, it's total anarchy because that's what they want. They want to show that to the public. And that's another Fox News to me. It's just opinion-based bullshit, honestly.
At this point, Harrison, it's not even just a right-wing issue. You also have the left wing. It doesn't matter, what side of the political aisle that you are on. If you go and try to film these people, they are criminals. They are committing criminal acts, and they do not like being filmed doing it. And that is why they have used violence for almost a decade at this point. No, it has been. It's been over a decade at this point. Since Donald Trump came down that golden escalator, this has been the scene, and it needs to stop.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, there's the guy right next to you. That's the William Kelly guy who actually should be in jail right now because of the terrorism he committed against the church. And so I saw Harmeet Dillon on X going, "We are on it." It's like you were supposed to be on it back then. You were supposed to be on it 6 months ago when these people committed federal crimes.
You can see all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps.
This is not just about me. It's about all of us. It's about sending a strong message that this is a country of law and order, and we need to abide by basic law and order. We should not be a country that is okay with watching a 250-pound man slam a young woman to the ground.
I got to call out Turning Point USA. They have millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, and they sent her out there after they saw what happened to Jake Lang when he was in Minneapolis and what they've seen happen to others. They sent her out there with no protection at all. It's inexcusable. So that's why this is so frustrating. I said, okay, if they're not going to protect her, then we will. Like, Enrique Chario and I were just in the streets in Dallas protecting Alex Stein during the No Kings protest. He asked last minute for protective detail, and we did it. And we kept him from getting assaulted. So we will do the same for her.
Since Charlie Kirk's assassination, this is now the third time that people have come up to me after I have not been interviewing, not been engaging, but simply being on the street and filming a protest, figured out I work for Turning Point USA, and have made a point to confront me, to threaten me, to harass me, and now brutally assault me to prove a point. So that's why this escalated, Laura. I wasn't interviewing anybody. I wasn't engaging with anybody. And I apologize. This is the first time I'm talking about this assault, and Hey
everybody, this is Emma Angry Daughter, also known as Pedro Strusco, and I was the girl that literally just got assaulted by a piece of Turning Point bitch.
Go right up.
Where's your microphone?
Where's the whistle? It's in the car. Just the whistle right there. Right in her ear.
Don't try to get his whistle right from the
Yes. Whistle in her ear. People are doing it back here. Right in her ear.
So did you see that? So they put the whistle in her ear, basically. And she back up. And then she okay, she shouldn't have touched her, but she should, the other chick shouldn't have been blowing that whistle in her ear. But now it's all on camera that this is planned. This is a conspiracy to commit a crime on top of the crime that actually happened. So these people should have been in jail, but they're not. They're not going to jail.
So again, you just have this crowd, this mob surrounding Savanah there. They don't realize they're in front of a camera that's streaming as they are literally plotting their attack right there. So that's pre-planning. That means you can't say, oh, this is the heat of the moment or whatever you'd want to argue in court. This is pre-planning.
Oh, did you tackle her? Good job, Mama. Good job, Mama.
So I want justice to be served, and I hope and pray that every federal agency involved is able to bring forward charges and that there is follow through on this.
I know, just go though. We're trying to help you. Get you out of here. Trying to leave. Let's go. Let's get you out of here. Let's go. Where are you going?
Okay, so let's go. So that was the journalist. Like everything is going to this computer right next to it, and I hate it. All right.
We must take down the InfoWars crew and their leader.
They called it conspiracy. Said it was too extreme, too unbelievable, too far outside the mainstream to ever be taken seriously. But over time, things start.
Hey, just a reminder, if
it's amazing, they've
up and out of Congress,
enforcement in our
right. That was 1913, the 17th Amendment. Probably the most important year in my belief is the income tax. It was everything happened in 1913. And of course, the next year we go to World War I, and it's like if you're on
back in the
police
and some of the time
nuclear. That's the way you succeed. See, we used to, or theoretically had a society where you were rewarded for telling the truth. Even if it was a bad thing, you told the truth because it was the right thing to do. And you recognize that, like, if everybody's lying all the time, there's no way we can solve any problem ever, because we can't even identify the problem. We certainly can't identify the solution. You try to make a solution, the solution ends up just filling the pockets of the person that caused the problem in the first place. This is the situation that we're in because of this incremental acceptance of the lies, acceptance of the false flags, acceptance of the just total inverted interpretation of what's happening while American you're not on our team. You're not American. So you shouldn't even pretend to be. If, however, you believe in free speech, you believe in the right of even those you hate to speak freely, then you're on our team. And if you'll protect innocent women from psychotic goblins, then you're on our team. This is the real division here. At the end of the day. Let's go to this video quickly, and then we'll finish out the segment. But here's these attackers pre-planning, plotting their attack to assault Savanah Hernandez, even if they never touched her. Blowing a whistle full volume in somebody's ear to deafen them is obviously assault, as it can cause permanent damage and hearing loss. Let's watch.
Go right up.
Where's the microphone?
Where's the whistle? It's in the car. Just the whistle right there. Right in her ear.
Don't try to get his whistle right from Yep.
Whistle in her ear. People are doing it back here. Go right in her fucking ear.
So again, you just have this crowd, this mob surrounding Savanah there. They don't realize they're in front of a camera that's streaming as they are literally plotting their attack right there. So that's pre-planning. You know, that means you can't say, oh, this is the heat of the moment or whatever you'd want to argue in court. This is pre-planning. And then I would wonder if they there's just so many ways to go after these people. And if these people if these people don't go to jail for years, we're going to have a major problem. And it's sort of the final litmus test for the Trump administration. Maybe not the final one, but like the Trump administration is hanging on by a thread. They're collapsing in the polls across the board, and almost all of it is because the Iran war is happening while American interests and domestic American issues are going totally unaddressed. One of the primary ones being the insanity, the domestic terrorism, the violence of the left, as people who storm into church and terrorize children are let out to go do this again, like that guy, William Kelly. That's one of the biggest issues with the Trump administration, and it proves to all of us that had big hopes for the Trump administration, they're not serious about correcting things, because you need to correct this almost first and foremost. Correct this, and then you can do the deportations without a lot of interference.
The info war lives forever. We're still bad.
PEs for
like,
and started
her on X at Sav Says, SAVSAYS. And of course, she was attacked while reporting on a protest, an anti-immigration protest over the weekend. Savanah, how are you? It's good to see you, and I'm glad you're not in the hospital or something. It was brutal.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Harrison. I am doing as okay as I can be given the situation. I was pushed to the ground. He starts making a scene and started to cope with what happened, which I feel like a threshold has been crossed because typically in the West and, in American culture, it's basic common knowledge that men do not touch women and children. But, I guess we're just too far gone as a country now where grown men are pushing down tiny journalists that are unarmed, then not attacking them.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, all of it was shocking. The way you were attacked was shocking. Of course, the fact that you weren't.
See, that's another toy right there. So she was assaulted by two toys. That's a toy right there.
Feels like lawless pockets of the United States of America are very much alive and well. And a pretty jarring experience, Harrison. You and I spoke, a little bit after it happened. And I feel like I'm just trying to, I guess, mentally cope with what happened, which I feel like a threshold has been crossed because typically in the West and, in American culture, it's basic common knowledge that men do not touch women and children. But, I guess we're just too far gone as a country now where grown men are pushing down tiny journalists that are unarmed, then not attacking them.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, all of it was shocking. The way you were attacked was shocking. Of course, the
Toy. So that's two toys.
fact that you weren't there trying to get interviews, you weren't there, because there is a difference if somebody goes in, you're going into a crowd that you know is hostile and you're kind of trying to get a reaction, and people do that, and if they get hit, it's not good. You're not supposed to do violence, obviously, but there's a certain amount of like, okay, they were expecting that. You were there by yourself, simply filming, there as a journalist, capturing footage on the ground, and I guess people recognized you from TPUSA and decided to target you for that. Can you talk a little bit about just when you realized that they had identified you and how this all unfolded?
Sure. So basically, there is a man named William Scott Kelly, and he is the same Minneapolis protester that was arrested a couple months back for storming the church in Minneapolis. Remember the storming that led to children crying in terror because they were simply trying to worship Jesus Christ on a Sunday morning, and then these violent anti-ICE protesters went and mobbed the church and shut it down. He was a part of that. He was arrested for that. He is the person that came up to me and identified me on the ground. And he is the person that initially started screaming at me and started the mob, which formed around me. When I say started, I mean he was basically attracting all of the people by screaming at me. That I work with Turning Point USA, and that I was at this event. Now, I tried to tell people immediately and basically just diffuse the situation by stating that I was not there to conduct interviews. I was simply observing. I even made a point to go stand next to the other streamers, right, who had their press vests on that clearly said press. I had my own press badge out, but I was like, let me just make sure that I'm standing with the press so that everybody, can clearly identify that I am a member of the press. At one point, I had gotten some footage. Again, this was observational journalism, point and shoot, and then write a very basic summary of what is going on the ground. I went to the fence area on the public sidewalk to go and, scrub through my footage and post it. And at that point, that's when William Kelly comes up to me, starts making a scene. At this point, a mob is forming, and it was a family. This was a family affair, Harrison. Yeah. Chris, Deanna, and Paige Ostrushko, who all took turns violently assaulting me for simply standing on a public street. That's it. That was my crime, existing in the United States of America and standing on a public street. Now, the mom was the first one who came up to me. She started shoving me. She started very violently screaming in my face. She decided that I hate women.
See, that's the second toy right there. Okay.
And some footage than me, Harrison. Body checks me, screams in my ear. That was kind of the energy she was putting out at me. And some footage in the United States of America and standing on a public street. Now, the mom was the first one who came up to me. She started shoving me. She started very violently screaming in my face. She decided that I
Okay, see, that's the toy. That's so the two toys that have been flashed in front of that woman's face. That's sexual assault right there.
I hate women and that I am, racist, bigot, Nazi, like pick whatever name you want in your head. And that was kind of the energy she was putting out at me. And this is the labels that she had toward me. So she's being very aggressive. She's pushing me, she's shoving me, she's trying to get in my face. I'm trying to defuse the situation. Her husband comes up behind me, body checks me. Keep in mind, this is like a 250-pound man who's much bigger than me, Harrison, body checks me, screams in my ear. I try to walk away. The daughter comes up to me, starts blowing a whistle in my ear, 1 inch away from my ear. Alternate footage has come out, and it has shown that Chris told his own daughter, instructed his own child to go up to me and blow the whistle in my effing ear. He is quoted on camera saying this, so this was a premeditated attack. They planned this attack, they coordinated it, they orchestrated it, and then they had the audacity to say that I was the aggressor and that I was the person who went to agitate. Now, again, there are multiple angles of this. There were multiple live streamers there. This assault was so violent that even the left wing had to come out and say, yeah, we probably shouldn't touch women. That's a bridge too far. Yeah, that was a bad look. But, I'm truly baffled by this because, I'm familiar with the left wing, Harrison. I'm familiar with how violent they are. And it's why I made a point not to even try to speak to anybody, but merely observe. And that there is follow through on this. Again, they have been very responsive, which has been incredible. We need to see the follow through because this is not about me. This is about every single journalist who has been attacked because at this point, Harrison, it's not even just a right wing issue. You also have the left wing. It doesn't matter, what side of the political aisle that you're on. If you go and try to film these people, they are criminals. They are committing criminal acts and they do not like being filmed doing it. And that is why they have used violence for almost a decade at this point.
More than that, but it's similar with the gang stalking, the street data harassment campaigns, and the stalking harassment. They don't want you filming. It's a crime of what they're doing to you, but they don't want you to film it. You see, okay. So I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna figure out what the heck happened to this file. It froze. Basically, why is it 36 minutes? When it takes 36 minutes, the last one. It's basically the same blank. Okay, stop it. You gotta stop it. All right. Peace, everybody. I love you, Andre. Everybody else, have a good day. I'll see if I can call you later on.